Bonjour, salut et bienvenue sur ma chaîne YouTube Avance avec Nisa. As a beginner in French, it's essential not to rely solely on learning the grammatical components. Instead, consider learning everyday expressions and casual phrases that French people use daily, along with the grammar and vocabulary. To help you get started, I've compiled a few lessons featuring common French phrases and expressions. Let's begin with greetings and other everyday phrases. Please repeat after me, and I will provide both slow paced and authentic French pronunciations to enhance your listening skills. Allez, c'est parti. Bon means good, and jour means day. But as you already know, translation does not work. We have to understand expressions in their original context. So, bonjour is used to say hello or good morning. Another small detail is that you can use it throughout the day. And it is rather formal. When talking about the informal, like we say hi, in French, it's salut. 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 And if you want to say good afternoon, that would be bon après-midi. Bon après-midi. Bon après-midi. And good evening is bonsoir. 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 Good evening. Just like any other language, there are many different ways of saying how are you in French. But one thing that you should know about French is there is always a formal version and an informal version for everything, including the greetings. And the formal version of saying how are you is comment ça va? Comment ça va? Or comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? Okay. Both signify the same thing, which is how are you? Now, as for the informal version, of course, there are many different ways to say how are you. But we're going to learn a few of them which are more casual and more frequently used. So let's start with ça va. Now, ironically, ça va means how are you, and it also means I'm fine. So if someone is asking ça va, you can simply say ça va, if you're fine, of course. So, ça va, or comment vas-tu? Comment vas-tu? Comment vas-tu? How are you? Or tu vas bien? Tu vas bien? Tu vas bien? Now, another way of saying how are you or how's it going is ça roule. Ça roule. Ça roule. And you know, like in English, we casually say, hey, what's up? So in French, you can say quoi de neuf? Quoi de neuf? Quoi de neuf? Which means what's up or what's new. Now, when someone is asking, how are you? You're not always feeling fine, right? So you have to learn all the different expressions of feelings. So all the different expressions that you use to express or to talk about how you feel. But right now, since of course there are so many of them, for now, we will focus on all the different ways of saying I'm fine in French. Starting off with the formal version. Someone is asking comment allez-vous or comment ça va, which is the formal way of saying how are you. Then you say ça va bien, merci, et vous? Ça va bien, merci, et vous? Or you can say je vais bien, merci, et vous? 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 Or ça va bien, merci, et vous? Now, let's talk about the informal ways. Someone is asking ça va, you can respond oui, ça va, et toi? Oui, ça va, et toi? Yes, I'm fine, and you? Or you can say pas mal, et toi? Pas mal, et toi? Not bad, and you? Or you can say ça peut aller. Ça peut aller. Which means it's fine, it's okay, it could have been worse. Or two more expressions to express whether you're doing okay is tout va bien. Tout va bien. Tout va bien. Which means everything is fine. And just so you know, this can be a question and the response. For example, if you want to ask someone, is everything okay? You can ask, tout va bien? Tout va bien? Is everything okay? See how intonation can change the meaning of the expression? Or to reply using the same expression, you can say, oui, tout va bien. Oui, tout va bien. Yes, everything is fine. Or when you say, oui, as usual, in French you would say, oui, comme d'hab. Comme d'hab. Please know that comme d'hab is the short form for comme d'habitude. Comme d'habitude, it means as usual. Now let's talk about how to say goodbye. But that does not mean that I'm saying goodbye. So please stay. We still have a lot of other expressions to learn. So when you want to say goodbye to someone, again, many different ways of saying the same thing. First expression, and the most common one, of course, is au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Goodbye. Or salut. Salut. So salut is hi and also bye. And when you're leaving, you're wishing someone goodbye, more than often you say you have a good day. So in French, you would say bonne journée. Bonne journée. Bonne journée. That means you have a good day. And if you want to wish someone good evening, you would say bonne soirée. Bonne soirée. Bonne soirée. Bonne soirée. Now, these are some of the very interesting expressions, and they often get very mixed up at the beginning if you don't know the context. For example, let's look at the first column, and the first expression is à bientôt. À bientôt. À bientôt. which means see you soon. If you say à bientôt to someone, that indicates that you're going to see them, but you don't know when exactly, right? So à bientôt is used when you're leaving and you don't know when you're going to see the other person, the next time, of course. Same is the case with à la prochaine. À la prochaine. À la prochaine, which indicates until next time. So you do not know when that next time is. It's non-specified. À la prochaine. Then comes à plus tard. À plus tard. Now, when you say à plus tard or à plus, which is the short form of the same expression and more commonly used, à tout de suite, à tout de suite, à tout de suite. This expression also means if you're going to see someone in a short while, so when you want to say, I'll see you in a bit, that means à tout de suite, or à toute, à toute. Same is the case with the third expression, je reviens tout de suite. Je reviens tout de suite. Okay, that means I'll be back in a minute. So je reviens tout de suite. I'll be back. And a few more expressions. À tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure. Again, it means I'll see you in a bit. I'll see you again in a bit. Okay. Or if you want to say the same thing, je reviens. Je reviens means I'm coming back. I'll be back. Okay. And if you're seeing someone in the evening, that you can be more specific and say à ce soir. À ce soir. I'll see you in the evening. À ce soir. Until this evening, in other words. Now, when you want to say see you tomorrow or see you on Monday, see you on Tuesday, or even if you want to say see you next week, that's actually quite simple. You just have to put à in front of the expression that you want to say. For example, you want to say, I'll see you tomorrow. Just put à and demain. Demain means tomorrow. So you did here, à demain. See you tomorrow. Now, when you want to say, see you on Monday, you do the same thing. Take à and put Monday beside it. So Monday in French is lundi. 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 So you would say à lundi. I'll see you on Monday. Or à mardi. À mardi is see you on Tuesday. Similarly, you can use any day of the week with à to specify that you're going to see the other person on that specific day. Now you want to say, I'll see you next week. Take the same à and put next week beside it, and you have until next week. So how do you do that? La semaine prochaine is how you say the next week. Put à with it, becomes à la semaine prochaine. À la semaine prochaine. À la semaine prochaine. I'll see you next week. Maintenant, on va voir quelques autres expressions utiles. Now we're going to see some other useful expressions. So this very useful expression when someone is sneezing, like ouch, what do you say? In English, we say bless you. And in French, you would say à vos souhaits. À vos souhaits. bless you. Other ways of saying bless you, how are they different? Number one, à vos souhaits is when you're using in a formal context, right? And for informal, you would say à tes souhaits, à tes souhaits, à tes souhaits. Okay. And another way of saying bless you is à tes amours, à tes amours, or for the formal version, à vos amours, à vos amours. Now you might be wondering, one bless you was more than enough. But what if the person is sneezing once and then twice and then thrice? So it would get boring using one only expression like à vos souhaits, à vos souhaits. No, so to make things more interesting, you can say à vos souhaits or à tes souhaits the first time. And the next time you can use the second expression and say à tes amours. And the third time, it's kind of a hilarious expression that they use. It's que le bon Dieu te bénisse et qu'il te change en pain d'épices. Que le bon Dieu te bénisse et qu'il te change en pain d'épices. What does that mean? If you look at the literal translation, it means may the good God bless you and turn you into a gingerbread. So if you look at the expression, it actually means if you become a gingerbread, you won't be sneezing anymore. All right, now your friend is leaving for a trip and you want to wish them to have fun, right? How would you say that? Let's look at all the different ways of saying have fun or enjoy. First one, amuse-toi bien. Amuse-toi bien. Have fun. Or if it's in the formal context, you can say amusez-vous bien. Amusez-vous bien. Have fun. Another way, profite. Profite. Enjoy. Okay. Or profite bien, to be a little more expressive, profite bien. And profite-en, profitons, profitons. Enjoy it or take advantage of it. And to be a little more expressive, using the same expression, you can say profitons bien. Profite-en bien. Profitons bien. Now let's talk about all the different ways of saying let's go. Okay. Number one, allons-y. Allons-y. And there is one difference, however, in allez-y. When you're using allez-y, that means you're asking someone else to go. For example, if you're standing in a line and you want to ask someone behind you to take your place, you could say allez-y. And if you are simply saying let's go and you're leaving somewhere and asking your friends to come on, let's go, the expression you need is on y va. On y va. On y va. And another way of saying let's go in a context where you're about to start something and you say, okay, here we go. Let's begin. C'est parti. C'est parti. C'est parti. And the slang version of it, c'est tu pars instead of c'est parti, which means exactly the same thing, but it's just a more casual way of saying it. C'est tu pars. And a little more informal way is allez, allez, let's go. Or vas-y, 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 vas-y. All right, now how do you express something that you really like? You're enjoying something, or you really like something, you're eating something that you love to eat. All the expressions you need to appreciate or admire something. We begin with c'est bon. C'est bon. It's good. Which is, I would consider it, of course, the least of all these expressions. Or c'est bien. C'est bien. C'est bien. C'est bien. It's good or it's fine. Now you want to be a little more expressive, you can use c'est très bon. C'est très bon. And to be a bit more expressive, you can say c'est trop bon. C'est trop bon. What do you say? It's good or it's too good. That would be c'est trop bon. C'est trop bon. And it's like mouth-watering. C'est si bon. C'est si bon. So good. And another way of saying the same thing, liking something really well, c'est tellement bon. C'est tellement bon. C'est tellement bon. It's so good. It's great. Okay. Or c'est vraiment bon. C'est vraiment bon. It's really good. C'est vraiment bon. C'est vraiment bon. And the last way would be qu'est-ce que c'est bon? Qu'est-ce que c'est bon? It's so good, or how good is it? Okay. Qu'est-ce que c'est bon? Now, how do you express if something is suspicious? C'est curieux. C'est curieux. C'est curieux. It's curious. Or c'est suspicieux. C'est suspicieux. Suspicieux. Or c'est louche. C'est louche. Another way of saying the same thing is c'est chelou. C'est chelou. C'est chelou. C'est étranger. C'est étranger. It's strange. It's weird. Or c'est bizarre. C'est bizarre. It's weird. C'est surprenant. C'est surprenant. Surprenant. It's surprising. Or c'est étonnant. C'est étonnant. It's, again, astonishing, surprising. Ça m'étonne. Ça m'étonne. It surprises me or it shocks me. Or ça me surprend. Ça me surprend. It surprises me. Now, how do you express if something sad happens? So the expressions that you need is c'est dommage. C'est dommage. It's a pity. Or quel dommage. Quel dommage. What a pity. Okay. Or what a shame. quel dommage. Or c'est fâcheux. C'est fâcheux. C'est fâcheux. It's a shame. C'est regrettable. C'est regrettable. C'est regrettable. It's regrettable. Or simply dommage. Dommage. Pity or too bad. Now let's talk about how you express craziness or something crazy happening. C'est dingue. C'est dingue. It's crazy. Or c'est fou. C'est fou. Okay, again, it's crazy. Fou is literally translated to foolish. Okay. And then c'est un truc de ouf. C'est un truc de ouf. C'est un truc de ouf. So you will hear them say like c'est un truc de ouf. Or c'est vraiment ouf. C'est vraiment ouf. It's really crazy. Or c'est carrément ouf. C'est carrément ouf. Or c'est un truc de malade. C'est un truc de malade. It's totally crazy or it's sick. Okay. C'est un truc de malade. Or c'est génial. C'est génial. C'est génial. Okay, it's incredible. C'est incroyable. It's incredible, literally. C'est incroyable. C'est incroyable. Or, c'est la folie. C'est la folie. Next expression is c'était ouf. C'était fou. C'était fou. With time, it became c'était ouf. C'était ouf. Slang. Now let's talk about when something is hilarious or funny. C'est drôle. C'est drôle. C'est drôle. It's funny. Oh, that's funny. C'est rigolo. C'est rigolo. Again, it's funny. C'est marrant. C'est marrant. C'est marrant. It's funny. C'est hilarant. It's hilarious. C'est hilarant. C'est hilarant. C'est à mourir de rire. So it literally means like LOL. Or it's to die of laughing. Okay. So c'est à mourir de rire. C'est à mourir de rire. Alright, so if someone apologizes for something and you just want to say it's fine or it was nothing, don't worry about it. The expressions you need in French is number one, c'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. It doesn't matter, or it's not that bad. Or ce n'est pas grave. Now please notice here that the actual complete expression is ce n'est pas grave. It doesn't matter. But you will hear the French people say c'est pas grave. C'est pas grave. And then c'est rien. C'est rien. That's nothing. Or c'est pas grand-chose. C'est pas grand-chose. It's not a big deal. Okay. And pas grave, not bad, no harm done. Or ça va, it's okay. Or tranquille, tranquille, which means it's easy, it's like chill. Okay. Or rien de grave, rien de grave, rien de grave, nothing serious. Or the one that is most commonly used, pas de souci, pas de souci, pas de souci, no worries, no problem. Or literally, pas de problème, pas de problème, no problem, pas de problème. And il n'y a pas de lézard. There is no lizard. Il n'y a pas de lézard, but it actually indicates there is no problem. Because, as you know, lézard is a problem. And c'est pas le mort. C'est pas la mort. Another proverbial expression, it's no big deal. C'est pas le mort. C'est pas la mort. Or, c'est pas la fin du monde. Literally, it's not the end of the word. C'est pas la fin du monde. C'est pas la fin du monde. It's not the end of the word. Okay, now let's talk about time. C'est pas trop tôt. C'est pas trop tôt. It was about time. So it wasn't that early. I mean, when you want to say c'est pas trop tôt, that means it's about time. Or ce n'est pas trop tôt, the complete sentence, which of course is now c'est pas trop tôt. This is how you will hear it. Then, il était temps. Il était temps. It was about time. Or j'ai failli attendre. J'ai failli attendre. I almost waited. Now, this expression here, beginning with j'ai failli, please note that this is a very useful expression here. J'ai failli can be used with any other verb to indicate that this thing was about to happen, but it didn't. For example, if you want to say that I was about to cry, you can say j'ai failli pleurer. Pleurer means to cry. Okay, so what you do here is you take this expression j'ai failli and you put the verb in its original form, in its infinitive form, which would mean that you were about to do this. So, j'ai failli attendre, I almost waited, or j'ai failli pleurer, I almost cried. Okay. Then, enfin. Enfin, finally. Or, quand même, finally. So when you are done waiting and someone shows up you have been waiting for, quand même, finally.